Julia Brown warned them before she died, and they didn't listen. She was a woman of her word. She destroyed the entire town. What's up, gang? It's Cube, and welcome back. Time for a little haunted history, ghost story time. So in the early 1900s, near Manchoc Swamp in Louisiana, there lived a woman named Julia Brown. The town was called Frenier, one of the two of them. But the town was wiped off the map, so it don't even exist no more. Y'all know I hate a long intro. So if you don't have time to watch the video, just save and follow. Just come back later, because we just got to get right into the story. So people called her a voodoo priestess, others called her a healer, and some even whispered she was a curse walking on two legs. The truth is, they were afraid of her power. Julia, he lived near the swamp, close to the railroad tracks, far from the center of town. Folks avoided her until they needed something. I heard she was even delivering people's babies. So how y'all acting funny with her? That's crazy. When sickness came, when love failed, when someone wanted an answer they couldn't get elsewhere, they went to Julia. And the crazy part was they sought after her. Well, how y'all gonna act funny with her but then be looking for Miss Julia? It's crazy. But fear grows fast, especially when people don't understand the source of the help they're receiving. As Julia aged, she became paralyzed and bedridden. She could no longer walk. She could no longer work. That's when the town said the singing started. Every night, a low, eerie song drifted out of her home and into the swamp. Not angry, not even loud, almost calm. Neighbors say the lyrics changed. One line never did. When I die, I'll take the whole town with me. Most people laughed it off, but some felt uneasy. Others felt guilty for not helping her not do anything. I can't believe y'all had this nice lady helping y'all deliver y'all babies, curing y'all sicknesses, helping y'all relationships, using her good hoodoo and voodoo practices, and y'all treated her this way. Nobody would help her, come to her aid. Very, very sad. So then, Julia did unfortunately pass away. On the day of her funeral, I believe it was 1915, the town gathered, not out of love, more of an obligation. Her casket was placed on a train car, meant to carry her body away. And as the train began to move, the sky darkened. And a hurricane formed out of nowhere, gang. Not a forecast, not expected. Storm tore through the town. Frenier is gone, y'all. Homes were destroyed. People were unalive. The land was literally swallowed by the swamp and the water. Nearby towns was almost wiped off the map too. That's how powerful it was. And now their town is underwater with those spirits of those people and Miss Julia Brown. The survivors say the timing was impossible to ignore. Julia had warned them. After that, the area around Manchoc Swamp was abandoned by many people. They was out of there. I don't blame them. I would have been gone too. Like, what are we even talking about? Let's pack it up. Let's go. And locals say strange things still happen around that area. You can hear singing in the fog, shapes moving where no one is standing, ghostly figures walk near the old railroad track. And if you hear a whistle in the swamps, well, to this day, Manchoc Swamp is considered one of the most haunted places in Louisiana. And the question isn't, did Julia Brown curse the town? Ooh, that was a bar, right? That was a good rap. Was she just a woman that felt unappreciated by her town, her people, or was she a villain? Was she wrong? Taking the town, taking those people's lives? Y'all let me know in the comments, because history has a way of calling powerful black women dangerous. Right before everybody admits they were right all along, I'm Cube of Lore. This is Forbidden Lore Season 2, Ghost Stories. If you like content like this, you want to stay on this side of TikTok, don't forget to engage from the bottom up. That's repost, save, comment, and like, of course. My community, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for the support. And if you're new here, don't forget to follow. I post daily. I want to miss out on these great stories. And also, gang, dropping my own book, Ancestral Shadows, this upcoming April. You guys don't want to miss these stories, because you guys know I'm pulling them right from my real content. But some stories are just safer to be putting in a book. Don't forget, gang, 2 channels on the tube of the U. Cube of Lore, with all my supernatural, creepy, cryptic, paranormal content that you guys love. Then Cube Oxley, fun content, just vibes, mukbangs. Y'all get to know me more up there, and I'll go live. On top of going live and streaming, this is my streaming page right here. You guys can find me right here on TW. Y'all see the name whenever the video starts. It's probably done scrolled up in comments, but yeah, y'all get it. And right after is my name, Cube Oxley. That's my username across all social platforms. You can find me. And don't forget to put my noties on. Sometimes I get shadow banned. I don't even know why, gang. I know I be talking about stuff I'm not supposed to. So yeah, make sure those notifications are on. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And as always, this for entertainment purposes, only allegedly and hypothetically speaking. I don't want no problem. All right, gang. I'll see y'all in the next video. What's up, gang, 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 gang? Back at it again with another scary story time. Y'all know I hate long intros. I ain't about to waste y'all time. So let's just get right into it. Today's ghost story is about everybody's childhood sweetheart, Keisha, better known as Rudy Huxtable. Keisha had a huge impact on us. Y'all know she was the youngest actress nominated for an Emmy? Black excellence. And if you don't know what the Cosby Show is, where she's from, shame on you. Iconic show, iconic family. They're the definition of a black excellence. One parent's a doctor, the other one's a lawyer. I mean, the kids ain't perfect, but they figuring out life just like everybody else. Y'all remember when Rudy did One Call Away? Yeah, with Chingy. She was gone from the internet, the web, TV for a long time after the Cosby's. Then she showed up, fine as hell. We were like, wait a damn minute, that's Rudy? Y'all don't remember this? So a few years ago, while working on set for Tyler Perry's House of Pain, something very strange happened to her. At this time in her life, Keisha was living with her boyfriend at the time. A man that was also her business partner, which we all know, you don't mix business and pleasure. Come on, Keish. Rudy. You know better than that. Their relationship was very complicated. And what I got from Keisha telling the story, he was very toxic. It's so shocking today. She's still such a sweet girl. And she really didn't want to say anything bad about that man. But it is what it is. So she even had bad energy in her house as well. On top of all the energy she got in the relationship, you feel me? One evening, she stood in the bathroom washing her face. You know, regular type of nightly routine. Then she froze. In the mirror, over her left shoulder, floating what looked like a small cloud, soft, pale, and hovering over her, but like behind her. She blinked a few times. It still didn't move, y'all. So finally, Keisha just turns around. There was nothing there, nothing at all. But in the reflection, in the mirror, the strange mist cloud-like entity still lingers in the mirror. Alright, some way, somehow, Keisha gets over that. But days later, she was getting ready for bed again when she noticed it again. This time, the light in the closet flickered. And Rudy's boyfriend, he had a mirror above their bed. Just a freaky frog. I don't even mess with mirrors like that unnecessarily. Y'all put it in front of y'all bed or over y'all bed to be freaky weirdos. So that was definitely a red flag while I was listening to this story. All right, let's continue on. Cause Rudy fitting to piss me off. So y'all, why next Rudy said a thick cover of fog swept past the mirror? Now, what the hell is going on? This is the weird part, but only her reflection, not his, just hers. That's when she knew this was something she couldn't explain to anybody. So boom, y'all. Rudy and the boyfriend get into a nasty, heated argument and fight. Mainly about, the business, her money, how things should go. It seemed like he was trying to, control her and control the situation. He didn't seem broke at all. He seemed more like a scammer to me. But clearly he wasn't the star and he wants to be. So it was definitely affecting Keisha's personal life and business life. So during the argument with her boyfriend, she heard something. She felt it before she heard it. The air grew heavy, her heart raced, and then she hears a voice as clear as day say, "Keisha, it's time to go." Then like a gentle warmth, hand on her shoulder, steadily, very protective type of energy. She wasn't alone. That was the night she left. Keisha packed up all her things and walked out, y'all. Never to look back again. Later on, while talking to her grandmother, she came across an old photograph. A woman she had never seen before, but instantly recognized. It's the same presence from the mirror, the same comforting touch, the same energy. Her grandmother told her that was her mother, Keisha's great-grandmother, who had been tragically unalived by her husband actually, with her grandmother in the room as a child. And now she believes that spirit was her, that protective voice. It's so interesting because based on Keisha's boyfriend's traits she was giving us, even though she was being super nice about it, gave that kind of energy that he can hurt her. Keisha said she feels her watching over her now more than ever, like a guardian angel, making sure she never settles for less than she deserves. Some ghosts don't haunt you to scare you. Some come back to save you. I'm Cube of Lore. This is Forbidden Lore Season 2, Ghost Stories. If you like content like this, don't forget to engage from the bottom up. Like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. You already know all that part. But for my new viewers, I think it's so crazy. You sat and watched this whole video. You enjoyed it. You enjoyed me. And you still didn't press follow. Why do y'all hate me? I love all of you guys. I appreciate you. Don't forget to sub up to my channels on the tube. I have 2 of them, as well as I'm streaming. Literally, my name is right here for my streaming app. Let's start to get to know each other. Let's chat, pop in, come say, hey, what's up? And as always, this is for entertainment purposes only, allegedly, hypothetically speaking. All right, I'm gonna call y'all back later with the next ghost story. Got a bunch more for you guys. But as always, make sure you be careful out here. Be careful. Be careful. Welcome back, gang. Back at it again with another ghost time story. And this one, it's about legendary rapper, actor, producer, engineer, and of many hats, the ringleader of this circus himself, T-Pain. Let me buy you a drink. I'ma take you home. I got money in the bank. I'm in love with a stripper. She pop and she roll. I'm sprung. Cause you got me doing things I never do with you. All right. I'll just play, yeah. All right, this is a serious, scary ghost time story. Okay, one quiet night, T-Pain got in bed with his wife. Regular Douglas type vibe. His wife was already there, in bed scrolling, chilling. She was on her phone. He gets in bed on his side, goes to charge his phone. Moments later, he feels this hard tap on his shoulder. Turned around, looked at her like, what's up? That's how hard the tap was. Till the tap was about to start an argument. She was still staring at her screen. She didn't touch him. She had no idea what he was talking about. Another incident. T-Pain's wife, Amber, goes to wake up their son. Music. But no matter how many times she calls him, calls his name, open up the curtain, he wouldn't open his eyes. He wouldn't budge. Then she said a cold rush of air came through this little door in his room. It's like a little Harry Potter type door. Y'all know that little door that led to Harry's room? Yeah, it was just like that. Like kind of tucked in the corner. A big gust of cold wind came up on her back. Mind you, the door was locked. It's always closed and locked. It's never opened. Wife said that it felt wrong in there. When she looked back, the door was wide open. Then it shut and locked itself back. Moments later, his son opens up his eyes and whispers, "Mommy, if you do circles, he will go away." Then went right back to sleep immediately. Another night, around 3 a.m., T-Pain's daughter, Lyric, woke him up. He said, "Daddy, there's a man in my doorway." At the time, T-Pain's father-in-law was living with them, so he thought it was just him. She shook her head. "No, I know what granddad looks like. It's not him." So T-Pain got up. He looked in her room, in her hallway. He didn't see anybody. He checked the hallway, empty. Checks granddad's room. Granddad is still in bed. Then the bedroom door just slams out of nowhere. And T-Pain has a second bedroom door that also slams. So night after night, things are just getting weirder and weirder, and it's seeming to get a little bit more violent as time goes on. They felt him watching every night. Okay, now 4 years ago, which is basically current to the story, basically current day in the video I watched. This happened way before that. This happened like 6 years ago. Now Kim Roos was in the building. Y'all know our girl don't play. Kim comes to their Georgia home, and before she even arrived, Kim said she'd been seeing visions. Man in old-fashioned type clothing, maybe about 20s from the 50s era. Top hat, mustache, goatee, young, looks like he got money, smooth talking, drinks a lot. She didn't like him. Kim said this is someone she felt like can tell you ice in the winter, that type of vibe. She kept smelling bourbon, just turning her off. And also blood and linens. That's what her spirit kept picking up. She said this man never went to the light. She said there are several other men there with the first letter named R. More of Rick, Robert, Richard type of vibe. She felt like they were family. They was looking out. As she gets closer, she hears a voice. "Welcome, I'm Joe." Peeking through the window, she saw that shadow man. Shadow man was about drinking the bourbon, she felt. He's pacing up and down the hallway now. Now Kim was like, what he got going on? She's like, maybe he's nervous about to out him. But she thought that was very strange. She could see him pacing all the way from outside the house. So T-Pain greeted her outside. He discussed with Kim that this is a daily problem. His kids feel it, they see it, his wife feels it and sees it as well, and they're scared. This is one of the shadow men or shadow people from the shadow realm. People that can't move on. People with dark and nefarious energy, you feel me? Kim noticed a lot of antique cars. One of them T-Pain got is a hearse with a coffin in it. Now, she warned him about that. Like, come on, dude. I immediately was like, dang, man. And it wasn't like a brand new hearse. He got it from a funeral home. Spirits travel through objects like that. Some never leave. Some come and visit. Some you may never see again. Inside the house, she sensed two strong presence. One dark and violent, and the other one familiar and protective. The protective one was Joe again. T-Pain said he didn't know any Joe, so T-Pain calls Amber to come up. Amber said yes, her grandfather's name is Joseph. And basically Kim tells her, this is your guardian angel. He's looking out for you. He's here right now with you. But there was another man, Shadow Man. Young, nervous, pacing, and with that brim hat that kept coming up in like her spirit. And drinking, she kept like smelling the bourbon. He was the one haunting the family. Then Kim said she keeps hearing the name Rick, Robert. Turns out Rick is T-Pain's uncle, and Robert was his father, like a preacher or pastor type. Uncle Rick came through in the spirit, saying T would listen to his dad's sermons and never connect. But when Uncle Rick says something, it hits home. Kim told T-Pain her uncle is still guiding you, he's still protecting you, and he comes to you in your dreams. She mentioned Uncle Rick and his dad concerned about his brother and his brother's health. His brother was very ill. She warned him, certain energies, negative and dark and low vibrational energies, they're draining to you and they're draining to your home. All right, y'all. My video is getting too long, so follow me to the next part. I'm going to post it right after this, so you don't got to wait too long. I'm Cube of Lore. This is Forbidden Lore, Season 2, Ghost Story. If you like content like this, engage from the bottom up. Just like, comment, subscribe. You already know all that. But if you're new here, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. But why you ain't follow me yet? You watch this whole video, you enjoyed it, you waiting to go see part 2, but you ain't follow me. Y'all not gonna support me as a creator? That's crazy. I love all of y'all. I appreciate you. And as always, it's for entertainment purposes only. This is all allegedly, hypothetically speaking. Don't forget to check out my channels on the tube. I post daily. All right, y'all. Be careful out here. Welcome back, gang. No need for long intros. Y'all know I hate them. This is part 2 of T-Pain's scary ghost encounter. So where I left off was T-Pain's uncle came through with messages from him and T-Pain's dad. So now Kim is asking, do you guys have any more issues around the house or any other, energy? They're like in their room. Kim enters T-Pain's room and the air already felt heavy. She was like, I'm literally getting anxiety immediately. T-Pain and his wife Amber, they both said that's a lot of that going on in that room. They always have anxiety. They never get a good night of rest. Kim starts to smell bourbon again. It's him, y'all. And she feels like pain in the middle of her stomach, like a wound, like somebody had pew-pewed her. Then she saw it again, the blood on the sheets. Then she asks, do you drink a lot? And I start laughing to myself. Mr. Buy you a drink himself? What? He basically created drinking. So T-Pain explained in the past he did, and it got really bad to a point, but not so much anymore. Said he had it bad for about like 2 years. Kim said the entity feeds on that. Misery loves company, and the entity is a drinker as well. Kim said the entity was trying to pull him back into the darkness, trying to get him to drink again, trying to get him to be sad, miserable, depressed. And they moved to T-Pain's son's room, music. Room with the little Harry Potter door. Remember, I told you about it. Now, Kim is in there, and they have it taped up. So not only the Harry Potter door is locked, but now it's taped up. T-Pain immediately comes in and says, I don't like that door. Kim is like, you're afraid of it? He's like, yes. She's like, explain to me what happened. So Amber, T-Pain's wife, explained how it opened one night by itself. The freezing air spewing out of it. And their son said, Mommy, if you make circles, he will go away. Kim froze. She was like, no way your 8-year-old son knows that. She said he's absolutely right. Kim said when you're creating circles with your hand and your energy, it creates kind of a suction, like for dark spirits or entities. She said almost like a small portal to just pop them right out of here. Y'all, that's just an easy fix. Y'all need to be prayed up and get your real protection up. You feel me? If you get what I'm saying. So now Kim is picking the man's name. The man's name is William. and he was unalive there, shot in close range. Kim starts to pick up, maybe he even did it to himself. Out of despair in there, and his soul is trapped in it. And she asks T-Pain, you ever think of ending your life? He basically said many times in that same house. Again, another thing the spirit linked up with him on, another thing they have a common bond over. So y'all gotta watch them energies and those frequencies. I told y'all about that. Kim asks, where does that door lead to? The little Harry Potter door, the one in music's room. You know what these two said? Beautiful couple, not the smartest. They said the garage. Y'all know what's in the garage? The hearse. The hearse literally in the garage is connected to this little boy's room. And an easy doorway to their house. Kim said, well, there you go. That's how William's energy has entered here. He got here from the hearse. Kim asked T-Pain, what happened to your locks? And why did you cut them off? I instantly thought to myself, ooh, Kim is tapped in. Because we all know, those that have locks, it's our power. It's our antenna. So T-Pain basically said his Uncle Rick came to him in a dream and told him to cut him off. He said Uncle Rick said if he was ready for change in his life, he would make the biggest one. I don't think he meant your hair, but hey, receive your message how you receive it. Kim kind of just moves on. He tells him he's been carrying around a lot of dead weight. That's why William is here. He's like one of those things you're carrying around that you have to get rid of. Not your hair. I mean, sometimes locks can hold negative energy. I don't know if people know that. If you're growing your locks out with bad energy, bad intention, your hair gonna be ugly. Your locks gonna be ugly, trust me. Yeah, so Kim talked to him about that hearse again that he brought into their home. He said he thought it was something different. Nobody was doing it. And there's a reason why nobody's doing it. Walking around, driving around with 45 spirits in there. And a coffin. Not to mention, in his game room, in his house, he got a lot of creepy stuff in there. A lot of statues, mannequins. T-Pain, you're into this weird stuff. You over here summoning and calling the entities, then calling for people to save you. Get that stuff out of there. Throw it in the garbage. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Whatever that's in the basement, get out of there. Get it out. Kim basically told him how he had to cast the spirit out. You had to say it loud, like intentionally loud. Like, I know who you are. I know what you did. You have no power over me. You have no power here. As soon as he did, he said he felt the air feel lighter. So hopefully he's doing a little better now. Kim told T-Pain he saw something new path of creation, producing, expanding. He predicted he would step away from music. T-Pain just smiled and said he already have, producing on Fast and Furious 7, or was it just Furious 7? Working with Melissa McCarthy. And now today, I'm a streamer, so I know he's huge in the streaming world. He has a huge streaming community. So he definitely don't need music no more. But we definitely gonna stream it still. Found a new light. Got some real dope guardian angels watching over him. Y'all gotta pray. I be trying to tell y'all. But not every haunting wants to hurt you. Some just want to be heard. I'm Cube of Lore. This is Forbidden Lore Season 2. Ghost stories. And if you like stories like this, content like this, gauge from the bottom up. That's like, comment, subscribe. You already know all that. If you're new here, first of all, I want to say thank you. And I appreciate you. You watch my video. You enjoy it. I'd even been a little scared. But why aren't you following me? You watched this whole video, you enjoyed it, but didn't even think about following the creator. What? Blasphemy. I love all of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you as always. I'm super appreciative to every one of you. And as always, it's only for entertainment purposes only. All allegedly, hypothetically speaking. Don't forget to sub up to my YouTube channel. I have some great videos coming up soon. Check that out. As well as I stream too. Follow me on Twitch. Let's chat about some of this. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next Ghost Time story. Make sure y'all be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Back at it again with another scary story time. This one is a ghost story about the legendary T-Boz supergroup TLC, of course. If you don't know who TLC is, shame on you. If you the ages 12, 13 and up, you should know who they are. No excuse. If not, go look them up. On January 4, 2016, T-Boz of TLC sat down with Kim Russo, psychic and medium, and told them a story that forced her and her family to move out of their house. It began in Atlanta. T-Boz's daughter had a childhood friend. They knew each other since pre-K, kindergarten, that kind of vibe. They would talk every day. They would hang out all the time, go over each other's houses. You guys, you know how little kids be about their first best friend. But the weird part, T-Boz's daughter would see entities walking in the background of her friend's phone call. So she would ask her, who's that walking in your room? Her friend would get real disturbed. Like, what are you talking about? And look back like, there's no one there. And I guess it happened quite often. The little girl always seemed to carry trouble around her and her family. T-Boz says strange things happened in the little girl's house, like they were into some dark stuff. First, T-Boz thought it was just little kids playing and pretending, when her daughter kept telling her she's seen something in the back of her friend's phone call video, FaceTime. But still, something didn't feel right. So a little bit after that, they moved to California. Fresh start, T-Boz is happy to be somewhere. A 5-story townhouse. Trying to leave all that old energy, that Atlanta energy back behind. You feel me? So T-Boz had her daughter's childhood friend come out and visit for Christmas. T-Boz said when she left after Christmas, that's when everything started. One night, T-Boz went downstairs in the kitchen for a glass of water. Felt like an airy pressure behind her, like someone was breathing on the back of her neck, about back of her head. Like, you know when you feel somebody close before they tap you or say anything? So instantly when she felt that, pushed herself on the back of a wall. Just looked left to right. She knows she felt something behind her. It scared T-Boz real bad. A few days later, T-Boz and her daughter were carrying some groceries inside the house. Next thing you know, her daughter dropped all the bags and started to scream. She covered her face, was pointing this direction so her mom could see. She said there was a tall, grayish black thing stood in the kitchen, looking at her, just staring at her in an evil, intense way. T-Boz couldn't see it, but she was extremely concerned for baby girl. She was stressed out about it. She could tell her daughter was not lying. T-Boz even said sometimes when her daughter is in the bathroom, in the tub, she'll look up and see a child. The little girl was different though. She was sweet, quiet, and T-Boz's daughter told her she wasn't mean like the other one. Of course, T-Boz didn't know what she meant because T-Boz didn't have this gift and just didn't understand it at the time. But clearly her daughter was turning into a baby medium, and that's just already just scary for a parent to have a child with abilities you don't get. So sometimes she would still look down and look like, afraid. She didn't want to look at them sometimes. The little girl didn't want to do anything wrong to her. But that house had something else uglier inside of it. So when T-Boz went on tour, her mother stayed with her daughter at that same house in California. They began to smell gas. Yes, y'all, gas. Some way, somehow, in the middle of the night, all the stoves are cut all the way on. Gas all the way up. Full throttle. By itself, out of nowhere. That was the final straw for T-Boz. That was the final straw. Because imagine, if they were sleeping and they inhaled all of that, they couldn't have been unalived in there if her mother didn't catch the scent in time. It was time to move out. T-Boz no longer felt comfortable there anymore. To be honest, I probably would have left after the first or second incident, but that's just me, y'all. She took a little bit long, or brought somebody in if you don't know about this kind of work. You feel me? I know y'all got a spiritual shop in every city, every town. Little spiritual lady. Don't go to all of them. Be careful. Use your discernment, because they'll get you too. They dark entities, some of them too. Anyway, back to the story. So T-Boz felt like something followed them, possibly from Atlanta, or something had been brought here from that childhood friend, because her family is into a lot of dark stuff, I guess. So years and years later, T-Boz wants some answers. Here Kimmy comes into play. And we love Kim. Y'all like Kim too? I don't see a lot about her on my timeline, but I really enjoy her. That up north accent kills me every time. So Kim immediately on the scene is picking up energies, is picking up spirits. He says at first she's picking up a young petite girl, high energy, quick words, and a strange fixation with patches on the jeans. She didn't know what that meant at the time. I'm sure some of you guys already do. But let me get to the rest of the story. Kim said besides that, she felt a dark spirit. So 2 different types of spirits she's picking up on now. He said he felt violent. He's like a drinker, dark. He said this man was not at peace. He was a nasty drunk, kind of bop you upside your head after being drunk. Kim said this is the energy that seems to be scaring T-Boz and her daughter. He said it may have started back in Atlanta, but so Kim is at the house at this point by herself outside. She done drove there. She picking up stuff before she even meets T-Boz. She kept sensing that angry man. Now she's sensing a little girl. So now it's like her third entity she is picking up on. T-Boz shows up and Kim is already letting her know about all the energy she's feeling. So she tells her about the little girl. She talks about the little girl has a connection to T-Boz's daughter for some reason. Kim explains how being tangled with someone else's energy can even follow you even if you did nothing wrong. So she definitely preached watch the energies you be around, the friends you guys take on. I'm very much the same. She said even across FaceTime calls and text messages, watch your connection with those type of people because they can bring entities into your life. Kim was starting to see a pattern. A sweet little girl who likes T-Boz and her daughter, very bright spirit, and a violent man attached to that little girl now. Alright, y'all. Follow me to the next part 2. My video is getting way too long. I think this is going to be a long, really good story. So don't forget to engage with this one. Y'all already know, like, comment, subscribe. Please follow me because I know you don't watch this whole video, and you didn't even think once about following me. That's crazy. And as always, it's only for entertainment purposes. Allegedly and hypothetically speaking. I'm Cube of Lore. This is Forbidden Lore Season 2. Ghost stories. And I'll meet y'all over at the next part. Please make sure y'all be careful out here. Alright, y'all. Welcome back. Part 2 on the T-Boz ghost story. So Kim told T-Boz the little girl was like attracted to them. She liked her daughter. She wanted to help her reach all her goals and her dreams. Kim said the girl may have been a child actress. Then she asked T-Boz and her daughter, do you want to be an actress? She's like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, how did you know that? So the daughter enjoyed that. She liked that. She was attracted to that. They're like kindred spirits. So she kind of attached herself, just there for the ride. Not a negative entity or have any negative energy. She just really enjoys her. And she's a kind girl from what the spirit feels and understands. But the man, Kim said he's been violent. Kim starts picking up more and more about this man. Finally, the little girl tells Kim her father unalived her and her mother. Then Kim starts seeing the visions of what happened. The father did it, then put a pew pew inside his mouth and took himself out. And then she starts seeing fire. He starts to use fire to try to get rid of the evidence. Kim picked up a date and a name to match what she was seeing. July 1988. She said the story fits. You guys can look up this article if you want. She sensed this murder and the unaliving himself. Wasn't in that house. It was in a nearby home. The little girl basically grew up in that neighborhood. Basically what this article says, a child actress was unalived by her father and her mother was unalive as well. Yeah, so pause that, zoom in, do what y'all gotta do, but yeah, I'm gonna move on. Little girl's body was actually found in a canopy bed near a small pink TV. Kim told T-Boz that the father set the whole house on fire. So what she was seeing was definitely true. She told T-Boz that violent spirit was stuck, angry, and vengeful for some reason. But he did it. What he mad up for? Still trying to control what he lost. Kim also saw something else. A presence of protection. She told T-Boz that the light her daughter had been seen just floating around in her room or anywhere wasn't just a spirit. That was her friend Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Protective and quick with energy. She would just be flying and zooping around like the real Lisa Left Eye. So that was the energy that Kim picked up in the beginning. Remember when I told you guys about the girl that talks real fast and talking about patches in the jeans? Well, I guess allegedly T-Boz used to style all of them, and Left Eye would, put patches in it, spray paint, color it, design it out. And that was one of the ways they connected together. Kim said that Lisa told her she met her father on the other side and remains with him to this day. T-Boz revealed the day they got signed, Left Eye's father was unalived. So that's why it was such a big deal. Her dreams came true. She also lost her father at the same time. Lisa was talking during this session. She told Kim she didn't get to give T-Boz her last birthday gift. T-Boz said, yeah, she passed away a day before my birthday. That's crazy. As well as Lisa talks about she wanted to be there for her daughter and her daughter growing up. It was a lot, y'all. Y'all gotta check it out if you got some time. I would have been asking Lisa, was her death a setup? But that's none of my business. Let me stay out of it. Kim warned T-Boz, you're kind and generous. Entities feed off of that because they know she's a yes man. She has a hard time saying no, and they can scare her very easily. So there's just a lot. It's a buffet over there, and they grow stronger when you react. The dark man likes to feed off the family's fear. We're drawn to arguments, to anger, to panic in life, any type of chaotic energy. They love that. Yum, yum, yum. So then y'all, they went upstairs together. And I'm watching it. They're talking about how freezing it is, how cold it is. Mind you, they're in California. Clearly no air on. They literally got to put on jackets. That already scared me. Like, y'all don't know these. It's always cold. Know what? Never mind. Kim said she felt that man right there. Heavy, violent. He told T-Boz, even though that little girl had sweet energy, that man's energy clung onto them. So they asked, how do you get rid of entities like this? You call out to them. Let them know, I know who you are. I know what you did. You have no power over me. Leave this house. You do not frighten me. You will not take my family. So words, affirmations like that, do the charm. And a sigil, protection, a candle too won't hurt either. Kim insists on boundaries for T-Boz. As her saying yes to everything and she has a hard time saying no is crazy work. She says she needs boundaries with the living as well as with the dead. She said you must not feed into fear. It was so interesting because I saw a lot of things maybe they didn't pick up at the time, maybe when they rewatch it. Like for example, T-Boz's daughter is very spiritually blessed. T-Boz's cousin came from the other side. Donnie had literally said she's an angel. She came here to save your life. And if you know, T-Boz's been sickly for many years since I've been probably born. So it's only God. Because Kim told her she cheated death many times. She wasn't supposed to be here, but her job and her mission isn't over. As well as with her daughter. I'm feeling this little witchy duo, yeah. Can't see what else they got coming in the future. On top of it, T-Boz's daughter's middle name in Hawaiian means angel, while the spirits were literally calling her an angel, sent to save T-Boz and to help others. It's crazy. So what y'all think? This is a crazy story, and it started off with T-Boz thinking her daughter's friend brought an entity, and the whole time they the ones that got the entity, brought the entity right up in the house, or it was already around, but they were attracting that certain energy it needed. T-Boz with that toxic energy, the man was coming over there, and the daughter's energy the little girl liked. Kim told them they need to start protecting themselves, and I completely agree. They gotta learn, because no black women, this spiritual, needs to be walking around blind. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm Cube of Lore. This is Forbidden Lore Season 2, Ghost Stories. And if you like content like this, don't forget to engage from the bottom up. Slide, comment, subscribe. You already know all that. And if you're new here, come here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for watching my video. But why you didn't follow me? You sat here and watched my whole video and enjoyed it to capacity. Didn't even think about following me. How y'all expect me to grow as a creator? I love y'all, all of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the continued support. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep pushing out these videos every day. My goal is to hit 100,000 by the end of Halloween night. Let's see if we can make it happen. And as always, this is only for entertainment purposes, allegedly, hypothetically speaking. And as usual, guys, I don't need to give you a reason, right? But be careful. Be careful